Okay, so let's get into our first problem. So we have an apple hanging from a tree. What we're going to do is we're going to construct our free body diagrams for these situations. So we have an apple hanging from a tree. So let's draw our tree. And I'd imagine we'll have a branch out here. And we have an apple hanging from our tree. Okay, so what are the forces acting on this apple? Well, is there a downwards force acting on the apple? Well, yeah, there's going to be the force due to gravity, right? Which is also known as the weight of the object. And so if there's a force acting downwards on the object, so what's the reason why the object is being held up? Well, it's because there is also a force acting upwards on the object. And being that it's hanging from the stem, what would we say that the force is? I mean, maybe it's not exactly true that this would be the case, but what would you say that the force is? I would say that it's the tension force, being that it's being held up by the stem. Okay, so maybe, like I said, maybe it's not perfect. The idea that's tension force being that's held up by the stem as opposed to like a string or a cord or whatever. But I would actually say that in this context, that would be the most appropriate choice. Are there any forces acting to the left or to the right of the object? No. There's a downwards force, the force due to gravity, the upwards force, the force that's holding it upwards, which is the tension, and that's it for this problem.